Alright, so here in this tutorial, I'll be explaining issue people encounter when probably um, using FL Studio. So probably when they're using it as MIDI and they've loaded a lot of things. So the first thing you want to go is to go to your audio. Then most times I use a buffer length of 256. This helps me record things at minimal latency. Latency means delay. That means I can record my MIDI without delay, and even vocals. I record it with 256. For me, it sounds well and work well with my system. So depending on what system you're using, and you also the sound card. So 256 work well even for all sound card, and even when I'm using FLRCO. So what you can do is don't put it, if you put it too low, about 988 or 64, your system might be dragging because the sound card also helps take in some of the CPU's space. This that uh, your system should be actually this FL Studio DOS should be actually taken from your system. So this sound card is just like an interface, it helps take up some of this space. So if you put your buffer size lesser, you understand. So the sound card might not be able to work well. So if you load too much plugin, you have to having this cracking and the system start hanging. So you want to put it at a very considerable rate, 256. So this work well. When you open some VSTs like with Tritone and all of that, it takes away more of CPU space, you understand? So depending on how heavy those plugin is, you understand? So what you want to do basically is for this kind of thing now, this plugin, if I open some plugin 256 works well. So if I'm mastering, I could move it up to about 4096. This could go up to 4000. Some could go about 2000 or so. So that's how far this can actually go. And trust me, this sound card recording is also very, very good and superb. So that's just that about that. So if you're mixing, you could take it as much as possible. But if you're still recording some instrument, you want to put it at a minimum latency of 256 is okay that way, and that should work fine basically. So if you've done with that and you're still experiencing latency, and probably you still want to work with this low latency, let's say for example this keyboard is MIDI. Trust it's just a random thing. You have a MIDI like this. What you could do also is to come to this MIDI here and click on the MIDI channel there, and come to consolidate this track from song start. So let's say, for example, this is it. So what this does for you is to convert that MIDI to wave. Thereby, you understand, it won't close. You can see this pattern mode is still okay. You understand? So, but it's using the audio. Now, when you hop those plugins, you notice that your system become more free. There's more CPU space. You see it here when you start cracking. You see something like almost 100 here when you load too much plugin. So it free up space on your system while you still have the exact file in case you want to alter stuff. You understand? Now you still have the exact file in MIDI, but now what it has done is to keep things in audio. Now this file is still on, but what you can come here to um, unmute all clips. Once you click on mute all clips, you will see this back on. So to mute it back, but once you consolidate, you have it this way. You'll be working with the audio. So if you're having a large plugins like Tritone and all of that, what you could do is to consolidate or convert to audio, or mess around with if you're done with whatever you want to play, you understand, you could mess around with this your buffer size. It will fix the issue totally. Now, the reason why I keep it on 256 is because if I want to play other instruments, I definitely need it there. So, but when I'm mixing, I don't care. I'm working with audio. I'm not recording anything. I really want to mix. I put it at the highest, then I mix fine. You understand? So that's just it. So lastly, if you want to mix and master, don't mix on your don't try to mix on your on the same uh, project you did your production. Your system will drag because that project is already having a lot of VST. So you want to export. I explained it in the mixing process. Export everything as wave, then load it inside fresh file. You understand? Then mixing. Now when you want to master, you export those mix together as one, then you master, because those mixing plugins and master plugins are heavy. So that's just the way to go about it so that your system does not drag. Do not do everything. your mixing, your mastering on one project file. You understand? The system will drag. So I think that's that about that.